ChessDiagnostic.
Hello everybody and welcome to ChessDiagnostic. This is Andrew. I'm going to record some slightly longer games. Here's a 10-minute game, and I'll just try to annotate what I'm doing as I'm playing. So, looks like we have kind of a London system going on here, trying to gain parity in the center. These are always kind of very boring openings. Not my favorite. I'm going to try to push e5. Normally they'll bring the knight in. Oh, he missed it. Once I can make that e5 break, just bring that back. Then I've fully equalized, and actually black has a very solid position. Now I can pin, and I'll have trouble unpinning. You can take this bishop. Now I don't want to take here because he'll take and then he can get a kingside attack with the open file. So I'm just gonna pin, and now actually I have some play. Well, obviously he's moving there to make a basic threat of taking on h7. I could take there and double his pawns, but I'll keep my bishops for now. I've been trying to play some longer games just to work on my thought process again. I've been playing too much blitz, so it gets pretty rusty if you're not working on your thought process. He's going to play here. He hasn't castled yet, so that could become a problem for him. I'm thinking what I might do is push. I'll take on here, and then I'll start trying to undermine his center. You really don't want to start piece play and piece activity in the middle game or start an attack until you've fully developed. And I'm always talking about that, but it looks like he's giving away. He can take here. Let's see. What do I want to do? Yeah, it looks like I can take here, and I can threaten both of these pawns here. So that's a double attack. There might be some way he can defend it, but I don't see it yet. He can move this pawn up, protecting this bishop. Well, as you can see from his lack of development, I was able to get a slightly weakened king position for my opponent, and now looks like I'm gonna win a pawn. So when these tactics present themselves, it always kind of looks like you just made a mistake, but really I can see the roots of that mistake for a long time. When the opponent doesn't do basic things, when they follow the strategic principles, I sometimes have trouble figuring out how to proceed, but that's the basic level, is just following development and activity, and you can see he violated that. He was uncastled while I was very active. Alright, let's see what he did. Yeah, that might weaken his position. Now I can take with check, and I have a clean pawn. Alright, what do I want to do here? I want to keep this rook on f8 just in case there's any attack, so that my king side is good. I think I'll just try to activate this rook. He can bring his rook in, but I can just simply move my queen back. And I'll just keep all my pieces on the king side here. I could bring my rook here as well, but the bishop's blocking it. Let's see. Or I could push this pawn. Yeah, so this is an early middle game, or I guess mid-middle game. I'll just simply develop my least active piece here. Now if he threatens my queen, I'll just move it back. Yeah. I can consolidate my queen side by moving to b6, moving the bishop back, and then threatening something like bringing my rooks in. Yeah, he's bringing his bishop back to cover there. That's not a bad idea. I want to keep this bishop active and allow it to come in. Now he's allowing that, which seems quite dangerous. I might even be able to sack here. So again, activity. He should have contested the d file or protected it by playing rook to e2. Again, if he brings his queen here, it's good that my rook is on f8, protecting that pawn. All right, let's see. I'll simply consolidate my pawn structure. I feel like everything's pretty active at this point. Just don't want to make any mistakes with my attack here. He could get some counterplay, but he can't come in yet because my queen's covering, so that's good. He doesn't want to move any pawns. His queen can't come here. That's what I'm looking for, is if I take, and then queen takes, then I'm threatening the bishop. The only way for him to protect it will be to bring the rook in, and then I can check and checkmate. Alright, so now he's contesting it the right strategy. Let's see here. I feel like there should be some kind of sacrifice, but I'm not seeing it. And if I move my rook, then his rook can come in. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'll take, and then I'm going to activate my own rook here. He can bring the queen in. Let's see. Alright, now I'm consolidated, but so is he. I probably missed something somewhere, because my attack should have been a little more virulent. Alright, let's see here. I'm just gonna simply take on here and sacrifice. This might not be the most sound, because I think he can take here, but I feel like I have really good chances after I take. He's gonna have to play accurately. Because if he brings it up, if he brings his bishop up, threatening mate, it's a little too slow. He can play, looks like c4, but then I have rook to e3, bringing my rook in. And if worse comes to worse, I can, let's see. So check, king moves. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna go for this. Oh, I think I get mated this way. All right. He could have mated me, but he didn't. He can check me and I move up, but then I can threaten with g6. Definitely not the most accurate game. Actually, one thing I can do is win a bunch of pawns. Yeah. I'll be winning a bunch of pawns. I might be able to grind him out here. These double passers are quite strong. Check. If I can trade rooks, I'll have really good chance. If he checks with the bishop, I can move back. I just don't want him winning this pawn. Move back. I can win this pawn. Win this pawn, and then it'll really be over. Alright, I gotta commentate more here on these last parts. Just trying to calculate. This game was full of so many mistakes. Maybe he'll bring his rook back, but then it'll definitely be all over. Just keep his king. Now I can push this pawn as well. I can threaten that bishop. I can just start advancing this pawn, and there's really nothing he can do about it. He can try to attack the base, but I'm gonna simply keep moving this down. We'll do a quick post-mortem after this game, and he should have got behind here. He'd have to give up his rook, but now he's going to get checkmated very quickly. in a time trouble. Not gonna give him my queen. Give him my knight here. It's funny. I'll just do it the quick and easy way. He wants to keep playing until he's mated. Well, you got it, buddy. Alright, so let's go through this game. I'm sure I was lost completely at some point. Oh, let me go. I should have showed the time. There was some time trouble. I'll readjust that next time. Okay, so d4, d5, bishop out. Completely equal at this point. I have a slight advantage at this point, equal again. Alright, so with the e5 break, it's completely equal, I have no problems. And the computer's saying I should have took here. I guess that would have been better, but I didn't feel comfortable playing that way. c6, bishop out. Alright, so I guess we're still equal. And now the break, he's gonna lose a pawn. It's saying I should have played g5 first and then took. Alright, now queen to e5, wins a pawn. It's actually minus 0.2, so it's not even rating a pawn advantage. Alright, so with rook to d2, I have about a half pawn advantage. It's saying queen to h5. Just putting pressure. A very simple threat, that would have been obviously better. So let's see what happens. If I play queen to h5, he takes, and obviously I take, so that didn't work. That's what I missed. So I should have simply played queen to h5. I could have played c4. I missed that. c4, queen takes c4. And takes d1. And then bishop takes g3. This would have been interesting. Let's see what happens if he takes. So c4 has the idea of a fork. You trade on d1 and then you win with a check. So I have a slight advantage here. And then this is a losing variation, which makes sense. It allows too much activity for white. And then there was a checkmate after here, mate in 3. And what I saw was rook here, check, and then he could have mated. But he didn't do that. Sack. And then he won a piece, but I saw I was going to get a bunch of pawns. It's about a 2-pawn advantage for white. He just totally misplayed it. What did he miss here? It's saying bishop to d5. Rook to f2, king to e4. He should have kept his king active. Either there or there, in the center. You don't want to isolate your king on the side in an endgame. And now it's equal at this point because of my pawns. Alright, so I'm winning at this point just because of my pawn advantage. And then I just ran my pawns down and he got mated. Alright, so I hope that helped, just explaining some of my thought process. Obviously, there's a lot of tactical errors in that game. But I'll post some more games in the future of me just playing and trying to think out what I'm doing. Alright, so I hope you enjoy that, and I'll see you in the future. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for future videos. See you in the future.